Oh, there, Red Hats. What's the rush, huh? Why don't you tell your old pal Charlie what you found out from McTavish? Well done, Red Hats. Thing is, maybe I made it sound like I could get you into the back, but I can't without Mr. Brygo's say-so. Go talk to him. Tell him what you found out, and I'm sure he'll be open to a deal. Don't mention me, though. Thanks. So, what'd you do to that poor bastard McTavish? Better there than in the stocks, I guess. I'm gonna head to the machine shop and clear up any mess you left, all right? Nothing but a favor between friends. You should go on upstairs and talk to Mr. Brygo. See you later, Red Hats.
Oh, I caught you red-handed.
You don't know what you're talking about.
What do you want? Can't you see we're busy yelling at—
You're the one yelling, and if you don't stop, they're going to kick us out.
I'll kick—
Uh-oh. Trouble? Stop it, you two. No one fights in Little Vegas.
See what you did?
Rangers. I get the feeling this isn't a social call. It looks like you were right about McTavish. I assure you, I'm as appalled as you are. Letting the Dorseys into the city because he was angry with the Patriarch was like cutting off his nose to spite his face. Now, what do you want to talk to me about? Aren't you clever? Realizing I don't mind dying so much, but I'd hate to see this place burn. Right, I'm ready. Give me the bracelets.
Copy, Team November. This is Ranger HQ. What's new? Over. Copy that. Congratulations, November 1. That's a mighty big fish you brought in. Over and out.
Outfit, but you ain't got the lingo? Well, congrats, jabroni, cause you come to the right tape. The Gangster's Guide to Diction got everything you need to know. It don't matter if you're a bag man or a button man, we'll have you talking like a made man in no time. So grab a cannoli and pull up a chair, and let's get you mobbed up.
Fuck you
Smell
for
that?
arresting Mr.
They've been making chicken
hands
masala.
off the merchandise.
Hey, Delgado. Bet you thought Daisy forgot all about you.
Quan, how'd you get past the guards? Are these the Rangers? Good old Daisy. Always takes care of her people. I appreciate you coming in here to bust me out. Didn't think anybody could take down Farron Brygo. I bet you could teach the marshals a thing or two. No, they know better than to hurt a marshal. Though, after all this, I'm starting to think maybe I should have known better. And don't tell my wife I said that.
Well, what are you going to pay me to keep quiet?
Quan, always the kidder. You are kidding, right?
Don't worry, Delgado. Your secrets are safe with me.
I've been keeping an eye on Brygo for a while. He's a survivor. Likes to play both sides to make sure he always wins. After the Dorsey raid, I started asking questions about the club. Well, I guess I got too close to the truth. They grabbed me, dragged me in here and locked the door. Took my weapon and everything. Good thing you came along. Will do. Hope I see you again, Rangers.
Here they are. That was one hell of a sneaky way to get Brygo to surrender. Round of applause for the Rangers, Marshals. I hear you keeping Brygo in Ranger lockup, and I won't say I ain't disappointed. I wanted him here, but at least that shitty nightclub is shut down. Now folks will know what'll happen if they lay hands on a marshal. Your lawkeeper's after my own heart. Around here, we always remember who our friends are. Before I forget, hand me that letter from Brygo. I'll need it for evidence. Thank you kindly. Now, I said I'd owe you a favor if you took care of this for me, and I meant it. Thing is, Delgado owes you too, big time. So I'm sending him over to your base to manage your armory. He'll take good care of you. Thanks again, Rangers. You ever need my help, you know where to rustle me up.
Hey, who's in charge in here? You're the CO around here? Huh. Okay. Quality setup this time. Better than back in AZ. Guess Daddy Buchanan's buying you all the good gear. I helped the Rangers during their whole Cochise debacle. They might have come out strong if they'd listened to me. Too bad. Gary Wolf, freelance security consultant and synth hunter. Got a proposition for you. After the Rangers nuked Cochise, and themselves, I figured somebody competent had to chase down its mechanical brood. So I recruited folks who'd lost family to synths, and I formed a posse. Decommissioned a dozen of the plastic punks in AZ. Then heard a feud headed east and followed them here. Now I'm getting flack from that tin star twat Daisy for exchanging fire with the synth we tracked to Colorado Springs. That's where you come in. Interferent bitch told the marshals to shoot us on sight if we stepped inside the city limits again, so we can't go after this October 11 synth. Was hoping you might be interested in taking care of it for us. Cash bounty for its head. Jesus, you're not one of those, are you? Fucking simps are always talking about how synths are sentient. They have feelings. Bullshit. That's how they trick you. Synths are just top-grade robots. What makes them dangerous is that every one of them has a little piece of Cochise in their electric brain, like a virus. And if you leave them alone for too long, that virus spreads. And pretty soon we have the goddamn robot apocalypse all over again. Not on my watch. We cap them as soon as we see them. Don't give them a chance to talk. Are you kidding me? Cochise is the Rangers' greatest enemy. A supercomputer that almost exterminated them twice, and which built an army of synths to kill every last human on Earth. Rangers aren't training their recruits at all these days, are they? Yeah, no idea why. Synths are weird that way. It and another synth called Tourmaline K'd some civs on their way here, just for kicks. So watch yourselves. 11 is a stone killer. Gotta be neutralized before it kills again. And killing it will help us find its comrades. All synths got a radio in their heads. Lets them communicate long distance and triangulate on each other. Once I crack 11's head open, I'll hack it for their locations. You want to go after the others too? I'll make it worth your time. We cornered 11 downtown and tried to take it out quietly, but there was a snafu and we had to open fire. Shot up the street, wounded some civs. Silly bitch wouldn't listen when I warned her about the synth. Acted like we were the problem and sent us packing. Fuck her.
Hey now, that's my ex-boss you're talking about, Hoss.
Lucky you quit then. She's a frag candidate for sure. Add it to your list? Ought to be your top priority. Whatever. We'll wait here until you bring back its head. Should still be downtown somewhere. You'll know you're near it when you start hearing weird static on your radio. Squad, at ease.
Stay sharp.
What did you do to me? Let me go! No, don't!
Too soon to be back.
So they killed the Westons, the Schulers, the Jacksons, Sophia Gutierrez too, and her kids. The Patriarch said the Dorseys were dead. He was either lying.
Please step back, Rangers. I'm not supposed to let anyone near this servitor drone. It's malfunctioning something fierce, and we think it belonged to the Wessons.
That's right. I recognize that drone. It ran little errands for my father and alphabetized his books.
No, I mean, no, ma'am. Please, don't mind me. Go ahead and do whatever you need to do. Hey, look at him go.
It feels so empty now. Even when Pa and Ma were traveling, they were here. Their spirits filled the place. Now, they do not. Only person who knew the combination to that safe was my mom. If you think you can guess it, I don't mind.
My dearest Lucia, I pray this message finds its way to you, as it is the last I am ever likely to give. Whatever becomes of us, you mustn't blame yourself. I know you would have wanted to be here at the end, but I am glad you are not.
Open the door, Wesley! Time to face justice!
Your mother and I love you very much, and we are so proud of you have become. You are destined for great things, Miss Lucia Wesson. I regret that I shall not live to...
Oh, God! Mama used to love sitting in here. She'd be ashamed of the mess it's in now. Damn Dorseys weren't content to rip everything up. They had to toss the furniture around, too. Couldn't even leave my memories of this place alone. No point looking back there. It's smashed up even worse, and the Dorseys took everything worth stealing. Wow. Daddy really didn't want any Dorseys to muck around with his cooking supplies.
Hello, and welcome to the wondrous, fabulous, most fantabulous home of the Ward family. What is your business at the Ward estate? The master is expecting you. Please enter through the door.
Rangers, so good to see you. Thank you again for saving my life.
Your presence was not requested. Please leave immediately.
I knew the security system needed more security checks and fewer show tunes. Blast. You are the Rangers, correct? I expected our paths to cross eventually. Let me express my thanks for saving my son Bellamy in the Garden of the Gods. All I can manage is the ineloquent gratitude of a father who thought he lost his child. May I help you with something? Great. Wonderful news. Please accept this small token of my gratitude. Their names are Valor, Victory, and Liberty. They are Saul Buchanan's children. He loves them as only a father can. I understand that, love. That's all I should say. Please ask me about anything else. Indeed. You must have a keen nose and a scientific mind. I'd love to spend a day discussing the practical applications of chemistry with you. When things are less busy, of course. Most of my time is spent researching and developing technology. In time, I believe we can restore our standard of living to that of the legendary pre-war days in the 1980s. Who knows? Someday we may even exceed it. Bye, Rangers.
Are you sure you're in the right part of town?
I wish they'd get a younger preacher to come and give sermons.
You just want eye candy.
Guilty.
Thank God! You're the Westerners, aren't you? The Rangers? My husband, my Hardy, was in Aspen when Vic Buchanan raided the town. Vic took him hostage, but there's been no word for weeks. I know it's frightful wicked to hope for the safety of one soul over many, but I beg you, find him. Save him if you can.
No need to beg, Mrs. Knox. We have business of our own with Vic Buchanan. If your husband's alive, we'll find him.
I didn't see you there, Lucia. You're a good girl. Always have been. I'm dreadful sorry for your loss. We have money, Rangers. Even though we don't live fancy like some families do, if you bring my Hardy home safe, we'll donate all we can to your cause. He's a little on the portly side, always well-dressed, but he likes playing cowboy out on the ranch. Kindest man in the 100 families. That's why I married him. Yes, but we're homebodies, and neither of us is very political. We own bison ranches out east, supply Colorado Springs with half its meat. Let me see who... Allie Blue? Aunt Allie? My goodness, of course! I'd love to read this. Blue is my maiden name. Back in the old days, the Blues and the Knoxes hated each other. Old Aunt Allie almost shot me when I told her I was gonna marry Hardy. Always wanted to know what things were like when she was young. Oh, thank you, Rangers. Let me give you something for this. You mean he's real? I've seen him poking around the church at night, but I wasn't sure if my mind was playing tricks on me. Didn't dare get too close. I left him some food, just in case. Corn and scrap metal. He seemed like such a good, strong chicken. I know you will. Thank you, Rangers.
Blessed are the doomsday. Be vigilant, for the deluge could come at any time. Perhaps it's already begun in the dying East, sweeping a tide of refugees across the...
Ah, you're the Rangers, yes? I'm most pleased to see you. I'm Gideon Reyes.
Uncle Gideon, you heard about my family?
I did, Sabrina, and I'm so sorry. You know you always have a place in my house, for as long as you need.
I know, and I am grateful. But I have a place with these Rangers now. We mean to see justice done for my family.
Is that so, Rangers? She was always an impressive girl. My sister would be proud of her. Now, I expect you're here about my call. There is a situation in Colorado Springs that requires a delicate touch. But first, you need to know the truth about this city. Colorado Springs isn't as prosperous as it pretends. We can barely feed our existing population, and now smugglers are bringing refugees into the city every day. If we had enough food to support them, we would welcome them. But we don't. I've asked the Patriarch to chase off these smugglers, but he says the crisis with the Dorseys and his children have left the Marshals spread too thin. It seems he'd rather just have Sheriff Daisy keep putting refugees in the pillories, rather than stopping the tide at its source. It's infuriating. And that is why I've called you. You're right, Rangers. I am suggesting you to treat the symptom rather than the cause. But that is because the symptom is about to overwhelm us, and the cause... well, it is very difficult to change the Patriarch's mind. And if it can't be done, the alternative would be changing the regime. Which, even for those who have wanted it most, has seemed impossible. Thus, we must address things that are possible, like discouraging smugglers from bringing refugees to the city. Don't put words in my mouth, Rangers. I'm not suggesting anything. I'm merely stating realities. My loyalty to the Patriarch goes without saying. But let's save any talk of politics until after this refugee crisis is dealt with. Are you willing to help me, or not? The plains, mostly. After the Patriarch defeated the eastern gangs, people started settling out there, thinking it was safe. Now the gangs have returned, and all the homesteaders are fleeing back to Colorado Springs. Oh, of course. And not just in money. I do a lot of business with the local Arapaho garage, and I can get them to provide you with mechanics to service your vehicle. They always have the best, and I'll pay for everything.
Nice. We could use some decent mechanics.
They will be more than decent, I assure you. Now, what do you say? Thank you. I'm told the smugglers are operating out of the Bazaar, a trader's market east of Colorado Springs. When you find them, well, do what you can. Convince them to take the refugees elsewhere. Convince them to stop entirely. Arrest them. I just want this problem to go away. Thank you for agreeing to help. You are doing Colorado Springs a great service. Goodbye, and good luck.
This is Orestes Dorsey, calling the Rangers. You killed my brother Jarrett, remember? Then y'all ran off like cowards before I could find you. Well, now you're gonna come find me. Unless you want all of Colorado to hear me kill a bunch of innocent folk 'cause you was too chicken to save them. Got a whole family trapped in their homestead. About 3 generations worth. Now, if you don't want them to be the next to die in the deluge of blood, you better come up north and take their place. Real funny, Rangers. Real fucking funny. I caught one before they all got in the door. Well, how do you like their jokes? The rest of them go when I get bored, Rangers. So you better hurry, 'cause I was born restless.
Come in, November 1. Receiving an urgent distress call in your area. Patching it through.
This is Arapaho 44. We're pinned down on 25 south of Colorado Springs. 2 escorts killed, and these motherfuckers are circling back. Oh, fuck! Here they come! Oh, fuck!
44! Are you there, 44? The Rangers will get somebody to your location right away. Copy? 44! You copy? Lost contact. You heard them, November. And listen, this isn't just any convoy. A44 is hauling new power armor for the Marshals. It is. The Patriarch will expect us to make recovering that power armor our highest priority. Get there fast, and you should be able to save that cargo. Over and out.
Won't get away with this. They'll hire mercenaries to put you down like rabid dogs.
You pathetic shit! You think we're scared of a few mercs? I won't give you to Slave Master Hardchain. I'm gonna keep you for myself. You can watch me murder Rangers for years. When you finally lose hope, we'll use your head as a hood ornament. Let's get started after I take your supplies.
wasn't bad.
I will have my revenge!
Executing order.
Got my sights on their flanks!
Taking damage.
Who the hell are you guys? Here to finish me off? Rangers are real? Thought that was a joke. To give people hope. My ribs are cracked. Our caravan's been ransacked. I'm drivetrain, caravan leader. If you save my people, I'll owe ya. Find my people. They're wounded, scared. Definitely weren't prepared for this. Our medic, Sirens was in my car when those half-metal pieces of shit dragged him out and now he's gone. I just hope there are others left to find. It happened fast, Rangers. Routine run until we got here. Was riding in the center vehicle with our cargo. Lead vehicle hit a spike trap, tore up its treads. Almost plowed into them. Driver recovered, a professional, with a young daughter back home. Fuck. Flaming Huss came rolling. Out of the alley. Pinned the rear car. Then, gunfire. And those assholes with saws for arms came at us. Those fuckers must have been watching our routes for a while to have pulled this off. More organized than before. I don't know the details. Clients prefer, but the highest value goods always go in the middle of the convoy. I'm glad the Scar Collectors couldn't break into it before you showed up. Poke around if you want. But you'll see what we had for the Marshals when they receive it. If I can get this caravan to Colorado Springs. I suppose we don't need all our traveling stocks, since everyone's dead. Take it. Stop this from ever happening again. Gonna need some time for the endorphins to wash out the pain. But yeah, get any survivors into the cab. We'll get back on the road, Arapaho HQ. We'll get someone out here to recover the deceased. Thanks for all your help.
Thank you. Thought I was a goner.
Welcome to the Strike Back Pirate Radio. Striking back at big government with the most dangerous weapon in the arsenal of any resistance. The truth. I'm Brad Conway, and today, we're gonna talk about those strange reports from the Antarctic wastes. What are the creatures that have been sighted by multiple sources off the frozen coasts of Earth's southernmost continent? Some say there are human-machine hybrids stalking the tundra. Are some kind of monstrous government experiments taking place somewhere in those icy seas? And if so,
Who in our government is responsible? And what is the purpose of these unholy creations?
Any news, Rangers? Only 2? Fuck. We had 10 people. 10! Sorry. That's 2 more than we would have had without you. 3, I suppose. Thank you, Rangers. We'll start patching ourselves and the vehicles. Get rolling to Colorado. We'll make it, thanks to you. I'll let Arapaho HQ know what the Rangers did. Thanks for all your help.
That's it, Rangers. Can't stand no more waiting. We're going in. Enjoy the show. Come on, Dorseys. The deluge of blood begins. Woo-wee!
Find that synth in Colorado Springs yet? Oh, no muss, no fuss. How about that? All right, then. Here's the cash, as promised. Now, one more thing. I was kinda afraid you'd be as pussy as the AZ Rangers, but it looks like you're serious. So I've got another proposal for you. We need a base of operations for our synth hunt, and it looks like you've got plenty of space. What do you say? Can we set up shop here? Ranger squad I ran with in AZ was a chicken outfit. Failed to utilize me properly. Paid the price for it. But you did okay here, so I'm giving you a chance. Great. We'll find a corner and keep out of the way. And just to make the deal sweeter, how'd you like to pick up a few more bounties? Like I told you, synths communicate with each other long distance. That means when I hack October 11's head, I'll be able to find its friends. Unfortunately, we're still on the trail of a pack of eastbound synths right now, so we can't stop and hunt for these. But it's got to be done, so I'll pay you to do it. Cash for each head. You want the job? Great. Now, let me just crack this egg. You see that light in the center? That's our current location. Actually, October 11's head. Those other lights around the middle one? Those are the other synths. Lot of interference. Maybe near a radio tower. Maybe 2. Lots of other smaller EM signals, too. Probably got a whole bunch of robots around to protect it. There's some wobble in the location signal, which means it's bouncing off the mountains from the foothills. That flickering means there's interference, so it's probably underground. Maybe it's coming from some kind of bunker or mine. Or maybe a nuclear silo inside a dormant volcano. Like some kind of supervillain. Signal's imprecise, bouncing around. Maybe in the mountains. Great. The sooner you end them, the sooner you get paid.